going on, Arizona sports fan family? Thank you so very much for tuning back in. I really do appreciate it. And in this video, I want to talk about the latest rumors that are currently going on with the Arizona Cardinals still trying to make some moves to fill in our wide receiving number 2 role. Now, we're going to dive into that a little bit deeper a little later on. I also wanted to mention the fact that the NFLPA as well as the owners finally came up to an agreement and we finally have our cap number for the 2021 season. They settled on $182.5 million going into the 2021 season. Now, if we do a little bit of math here, it seems like we might have anywhere between $14 to $15 million within this point right now going into the free agency market. Now, I know that's not a lot of money. I completely get it, but we could either do one big splash play and get that superstar, wide receiver, superstar player out there, or we can get a lot of little pieces to really help fill the need in to build a good roster going into the 2021 season. Although that is very exciting news, I wanted to go ahead and focus on this video about the latest rumors that are currently going on right now. Let's go ahead and roll that intro. Alright guys, welcome back in. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, what I wanted to talk about today was the latest rumors that are currently going on right now, and that is that the Arizona Cardinals reached out to the New England Patriots asking about one of their players. Who, you might ask? The Arizona Cardinals called and asked about N'Keal Harry, wide receiver that got picked up in the 2019 draft, 32nd overall. Now, when this happened, I was upset that the Patriots pretty much fleeced us in getting N'Keal Harry. A few things that, I want to talk about here real quick as to why I really like N'Keal Harry. He went to ASU, which honestly, big ASU fan. I love watching the football there. He was the number 1 wide receiver before, Brandon Ayuk ended up going there. So N'Keal Harry was all that. And unfortunately, when he ended up going to the New England Patriots, either he didn't fit the scheme, either you want to blame Cam Newton, whatever the situation is, it didn't seem like he had a very, very good, start to his young career. Now, if the Arizona Cardinals are really, asking about him, this actually completely makes me excited. Now, the biggest reason for that is because we can possibly get N'Keal Harry for a later round pick. Now, this is if the New England Patriots pretty much already gave up on him, and it can very well possibly be. They got him 32nd overall. There was all these rumors that are currently going on, especially in the, Arizona market, that he could possibly be the next Larry Fitzgerald. He's humble. He comes from humble roots. He's a big frame wide receiver. All that different stuff was going along. And I'm pretty sure Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots got word of all this information. And what did the New England Patriots do? They ended up getting N'Keal Harry in a 32nd overall just before the Arizona Cardinals were back on the clock. So what can we do here? If N'Keal Harry is available, I would love the Arizona Cardinals to go ahead and make a move to get him. Now, what would I give up? The highest I would give up for N'Keal Harry would probably be a 3rd round. I wouldn't see 2nd or 1st round in my personal opinion. Now, obviously, anything later than that is a plus. If we can somehow give up the 5th or the 7th round, then obviously that's a plus. But it really just depends on what the negotiations are going to go through with N'Keal Harry. Now, this right here would solve our number 2 wide receiving role. Now, whether you believe in him or not, I honestly do think that N'Keal Harry has a high upside, and I really do like what I've seen from him in college. He's got strong hands, he can run routes, and he's also a very reliable target, big body target as well for a Kyler Murray in the red zone, as well as, spread it outside. Just think about this real quick. DeAndre Hopkins, N'Keal Harry at number 2, and number 3 being Christian Kirk, moving him into the slot. Now, I already mentioned this earlier. This was probably last year. I never thought Christian Kirk was a number 2 wide receiver, and I got so much heat for this. But we're in the situation that we are in right now. Christian Kirk is at number 2 wide. Now we're all saying Christian Kirk is at a number 2 wide receiver. I think the number 1 thing is to move him into the slot. I don't want to get rid of him. I don't want to trade him. I don't want to. We're not doing anything with Christian Kirk, but moving him into the slot. That would be the smartest, most ideal choice in my opinion, and we can get another big-bodied wide receiver at the number 2 position. Getting N'Keal Harry would be absolutely dynamite for this Arizona Cardinal team, especially if we can go ahead and somehow maybe get rid of a 3rd round, 5th round, 7th round pick, or maybe even a pick for the 2022 draft. I would be cool with that because I'm actually really, really sold on N'Keal Harry. If you take a look at his stats, they're nothing splashy. They're nothing flashy at all. But honestly, if you take a look at his quarterback, Tom Brady really did not have a scheme that fit his play style. As well as if you take a look at Cam Newton didn't really have a play that fits his play style. And I honestly think if he comes over to the Arizona Cardinals, I think he can flourish within this Arizona Cardinal offense. So just to recap, because the Arizona Cardinals could possibly be one of the teams that are looking into getting a N'Keal Harry, what do you guys think? What is your absolute opinion on this? Now, keep in mind, this is the same draft that we ended up drafting Andy Isabella over DK Metcalf. Now, granted, I don't want to talk about it anymore, but it still kind of hurts. But N'Keal Harry can be that guy for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, if you're taking a look, you're saying, well, the stats are completely different. DK Metcalf was better than N'Keal Harry, blah, blah, blah. We're not looking for a number one wide receiver, guys. We're not looking for one. We have it in DeAndre Hopkins. We're looking for a big-bodied wide receiver that's basically able to bully DBs and get open for Kyler Murray. That's what we're looking for, and that's what I feel like N'Keal Harry can fit the mold in being that number two wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, if we're talking about making him a number one, then I wouldn't be so happy. Then I wouldn't be so, giddy about this opportunity for the Arizona Cardinals to possibly get a N'Keal Harry out of a trade. But because we're looking for a number two wide receiver, I honestly do have optimism that he can very, very well do good things within this, Cliff Kingsbury scheme or just within the Arizona Cardinals in general. Now, let me know what you guys think here. Are you sold on a N'Keal Harry, or would you rather the money be allocated to a Kenny Golladay, a Juju Smith-Schuster, or maybe even somebody smaller like a Curtis Samuel? Something along those lines, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a like on this video, and if you're new, please consider subscribing to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. That's all I got for this episode. Thank you so very much for watching, and I am out. Thank you.